Previously on Gillette Drafted 2.
Plays of the Week is a feature we've been doing in this studio for years now.
It's one thing to be sitting down with a guy and discussing your favorite jokes and highlights, because guys sort of have the same sense of humor. Girls clearly do not.
It hurt me big time with who I was with. Rick's been in the bottom three twice, and Casey admits that she's not funny.
Look at Arsenal striker Samir Nasri moving quick on this one. And I think there's 3 FC Porto players who left their shorts on the floor on this one.
Wow, we are doing horribly right now.
Meg, you went a minute and 55 seconds without saying a word.
To tell you the truth, I wasn't confident in my group.
What was going on in that group? Because there's something going on. Rick, you trying to say something? Is that what's going on? You want to say something? Just bring him out. I just want to hear what he has to say. I want to know what happened to that group. Something is going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
She left me out to dry, straight up.
I thought I was going home for sure. The whole time I was thinking about packing up my bags for Edmonton because I thought I was out.
I don't know what to think of her anymore. I don't know what to think. She's just not the same person that I got.
Scotty, I'm going to use that shot. Yeah, hang there for just off the top. 3, 2, 1, 2.
Good to see everyone still in one piece following the most emotional elimination ever. Good news is, you're here. There's 6 of you left. 6 of you still with a shot at earning a 1-year contract to be an on-air personality here at the Score Television Network, and also earning a 1-year deal to be a spokesperson for our good friends over at Gillette. Time for the next challenge. You'll remember the first time you guys were standing here, we had a trivia contest, and we got to see a little bit of what you guys actually know. In this next challenge, we're going to find out a lot about what you guys do and don't know. We're going to break you up into 3 pairs. Each pair, alongside a special guest moderator, will have a sports debate in this studio about a couple of things. First topic: does an athlete need to win a championship to be considered one of the greatest of all time? That's one. The second topic is, who is the most influential sports figure of our time? So those are the topics. Brent, you won the last challenge, the Plays of the Week challenge. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
I said you had a reward coming. Here it is. You are going to get to pick the person you entered this debate with, plus pair off the other 4. So head on into the pen, take a few minutes, think about it, and come back out. Go ahead.
3, scoot out of the way. 5, you come around, shoot the contestant.
I'm sure the producers and everybody else was kind of anticipating that I'd just stick Meg with Rick. But I don't know. I figured Rick's been off twice for elimination. I thought this was a challenge that he might do very well at. I didn't want to put him with Meg because I thought it would put him in a position where he would look more favorable than her.
Ready, 2, take.
All right, Brent, buddy, come on out.
Good, thank you. 1, 4, you're in 4 and 5 shot now coming each. We like it, we got it, lovely shot.
All right, Brent, you've had some time to think about it. First thing I need from you is who will join you in this challenge. Who's it going to be?
I will debate against Casey.
Casey.
So I chose Casey, and to be perfectly honest with you, it was pretty much because of the others. I thought she might know the least about sports.
The next pairing, what's it going to be?
The next pairing will be Austin will debate against Rick.
Austin and Rick. All right, what's the thinking here?
I think if you asked either one of them, they would both probably argue or say that they each have the most sporting knowledge. So we'll find out, I guess.
I was thankful that he didn't put me against Rick, because who knows what would have happened.
So by my math, that leaves Meg and Sean.
And then the other 2 were what I was hoping was maybe they're 2 people with personalities that don't always come across on camera. So maybe I just thought it would be a snooze fest.
This is going to be a very tricky competition. A few of you will literally look like rock stars in this, and there are a couple of you who may seal your own fate.
Ready, 1, take.
Go back to the hotel,
3, 2.
Practice, 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 and good luck.
If I was Brent, I would have definitely
Okay, bye-bye.
put myself with Meg,
Send 'em out.
given the situation that was
Just
before,
like that. Keep coming.
because it would have
Truck right on
it would have brought out a side of us that we probably wouldn't have necessarily gone, and so chances are it might have looked bad. Whereas by Brent putting himself with Casey, if he didn't perform to the level that he's capable of performing, Casey has the ability to make him look bad.
And follow them. Nice shot, Scott.
After getting the challenge, we headed for another makeover with Amy Lou.
Wow, the group is definitely shrinking. How are you guys holding up?
Good.
Yeah? You look amazing. Every time I see you, you look so much more professional and you're really exuding confidence, so you guys should feel good about that.
As you listen to Amy Lou, you definitely, gain more of an appreciation for the fashion and the style that you have to have. I would never used to iron my shirts or even simple things like that, but I still don't. I get one of the girls to do it, or Sean, but I'm at least conscious of the need to do it.
Today's challenge is in studio, so it's really about paying attention to details. I want to do a sock check. Can everybody lift their trousers? So girls, obviously you are okay. Austin, imagine how ridiculous you're going to look if you're in studio, in an interview, you cross your legs, and a big white tube sock sticks out.
Unfortunately, Austin and myself had on white socks with black shoes, a faux pas. So we switched into black socks. That was one of the makeover tips.
So I know better. I've been caught with white socks before, and it always gets, I used to wear socks and sandals. Not a good strategy for high school. Not picking up many girls that way.
So before you guys go, quick shaving tip. Have you ever tried Gillette Thermal Scrub? You put it on before you shave and it makes sure you have a great shave. Sean, do you want to stick around? We're going to check it out. The rest of you guys can go get changed.
So basically for the makeover section, we use the Gillette Thermal Heat Scrub, use that as the kind of the exfoliant.
The thermal scrub acts like a hot towel and it softens your hair so that your shave is super comfortable and smooth.
Nice.
And you can use it at the sink or in the shower.
Have a clean, fresh shave, makes you feel more confident, makes you look the part, you feel smooth, your face looks good, and so you're going to go in there with a little more confidence.
After the makeover, we went back to the studio and we met with Rick Campanelli again, which was nice.
Yeah, there they are.
What's up, Rick?
Welcome back, you lucky six. I'm nervous for you. You know why? Because this is crunch time. Let's start with today's challenge being a panel discussion. Jean-Francois, we'll start with you. Your thing is, and what we saw from last week with Plays of the Week, you got that humor in you. Up to that point, I think you were taking it a little too serious. This is a serious challenge too, but don't be afraid to joke around. Okay. There's always room for humor and jokes with sports.
Definitely getting more comfortable with Rick. I think right off the bat he was a very open and inviting type of personality, and he's there to help you and really just to talk to you about the different challenges and the things that he's done in his past that you can learn from, and things that you can kind of take from the stuff he's done over his 15 years in the business. So that's a huge help.
Austin. Oh, Jock. But today, I don't think there's any need to go that far.
Absolutely.
Up to this point, yes, with Streeters, Plays of the Week. This now, if you can find that middle ground somewhere.
What Greg had mentioned to me was, and the last thing is, you and Brett won the challenge, and you were 1B. We were laughing out loud at some of your lines, but sometimes you have to find a balance because it can be over the top. So for this challenge, and it worked perfectly for this, was I just wanted to be able to have a conversation.
Guys, I'm really looking forward to today's challenge. I'll be watching. Break a leg. Good luck.
Heading into this head-to-head debate challenge, Brent and I were actually the ones that were up first. And I was actually kind of happy that we got to go first, because I think everybody feels the same way when you're waiting and you're doing these. You just kind of want to get out there and do your thing and then be done with it.
Here we go. In 5, 4, quiet on the set. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Oh, I'm still feeling pretty good right before the challenge. I mean, this is what I do all the time. I've got a couple close buddies at home We just do this all the time. The problem where I lost focus a bit was that at home, when I'm talking to my friends, I haven't researched anything. You know, I don't have specific facts to go out. Like, when I'm not thinking about it, I come across way more natural.
Hey guys. Good, how are you doing?
The challenge had a guest moderator, which we knew we were going to have. We didn't know who it was, though. It ended up being Greg Sansoni, which it was a huge relief to me, just because it's nice to see a familiar face, right? Especially when you're in an uncertain, you know, environment and whatnot.
Let's get right to it. Topic number 1. Does a player need to win a championship before being considered one of the greatest of all time? Casey.
I have to go with yes on this one. I think you definitely do need to win a championship to be considered one of the greatest. Because, and the reason I say that is because if you ask any athlete who hasn't won, that's what they're missing. Like, in an athlete's perception, you do need a championship.
I know that Casey was panicking quite a bit before this challenge because she doesn't think that her sports knowledge is there. So I think Casey was really nervous, and I think Brent made the right choice. Since he had the first choice to make, I think he made the right one with Casey.
Casey, I agree. Obviously, winning is huge. But on the other hand, I think if you eliminate all the individuals that haven't won a championship, you're taking away such a corner of your population. Look at Ray Bourque. The guy didn't win in Boston and then moved on and won in Colorado. Was his career really defined by that one championship in Colorado? I don't think so. I don't think you need to win a championship in order to be considered one of the best.
Casey, you talked about the fact that it's important to win a championship in order to define your legacy. I wonder whether or not something like that would take away from the legacy of a guy like Ray Bourque, simply because he couldn't win a championship as an entire career in Boston. Then he moves away and in his final game wins a title. Did that make him better?
I think absolutely. I think, and if you ask him, I think his answer would be, you know, definitely without question. I mean, look at Kevin Garnett. He played with the same team for, you know, a decade, and then switch teams, wins a championship right away. If you ask him, like, you saw him, you saw the tears, you saw the emotional reaction. That's what he wanted out of his career. I just tried to go with what I actually believed, so that if whoever the moderator was tried to back me into a corner, I could just stand with what I believe. Because if you actually believe what you're talking about, you're always going to have something to say in sort of a retort. So
let's move along to our second topic. Brent, I'll start with you. In your estimation, who is the most influential sports figure of our time?
This is a tough question because it's very subjective. So I'm going to take like an outside of the box approach here. One of the fastest growing sports currently around, which is MMA. And the figurehead of that right now is definitely Dana White. Dana White is creating an impact not just for MMA, but in the way that sports are marketed in general. Yeah, no, I fumbled it a bit. Like, yeah, I should have worked. Yeah, I need to rework on the introduction stuff better. But I mean, I knew I had the facts, and I thought it was it was a good answer. And that's the only thing is I thought I had good answers, and I just didn't come across that way probably.
You talk about being an athlete being bigger than sport, and you said transcending the sport, and I think Michael Jordan did transcend the sport when he was playing. You're talking about marketing. He was his own brand. Like, you see Air Jordan, that's basketball as much as the NBA symbol is. He didn't, I mean, it wasn't just about winning championships or the stats or the numbers. He really did change how the game was played.
Her presence was great, no doubt. She probably kicked me out of the water as far as how the way she spoke and everything. I mean, I'm not an idiot, I realize that. But I mean, saying yes, they need to win a championship's the easy answer. The other thing is, Michael Jordan's the easy answer. Like, I expect myself to be in the bottom 3 just because I couldn't deliver what I wanted to say. And that's why I might end up going home tomorrow. Despite the fact that I think my arguments or my points were better, my answers were better, I didn't deliver it as well. And I know I'm gonna have to stand up there and defend myself. You know what I mean?
Coming up on Gillette Drafted 2, one of the contestants leaps ahead of the competition.
Michael Jordan's been retired for 7 years. The guy gets more Google hits still than the country of Jordan.
While another takes an epic free fall.
He holds or he has held over 30 different passing records in the NFL.